The great thing about busking is that there's not anybody to tell you can't do it, and so you always have an opportunity to find spaces. The Music Mile is a great area to play. There's quite a few nice little spots along here, also in East Village, and it's a great way to learn. It's a great way to become beyond being a musician. It's a great way to become an entertainer, and that's really critical in this day and age, is that a lot of times people don't just want great musicianship, they want the entertainment aspect of it. And so busking really allows you to kind of get out of your shell, and it's a great place to try new things, try new songs, because there's nobody telling you you're doing it wrong. You know, you're kind of your own boss, and you're free to do what you want. Usually you're free to work when you want, for how long. Some days are better than others. Some days, you know, everybody's digging it, everybody's throwing money in the case, and you're having a great time, and you're playing for hours. And then other days, it's not really happening. It's a science, but it's sort of hard to understand exactly. You really become a student of human behavior, because some days, you know, nobody's digging it, and everybody's kind of just walking by. And you're free to just kind of go, okay, I guess today's not the day, and you pack up, or you work on something that you're not particularly good at, you know, and so it gives you an opportunity. I often look at it like it's paid practice, you know, like you're out there working on new material, trying out new things, seeing what the reaction is from people, and it's a great way to gauge it, so that once you are doing stage shows, you all of a sudden you have a different element to your show. You're actually engaging with the audience in a different way, and it just kind of opens it up. It's a really great way for development, I would say. Well, you know, you're outside. There's often a lot of traffic. There's sirens going by, so I think a battery-powered amplifier is a really good investment to have, so that you can be heard. Also, very important to bring water, wear a hat, sunscreen, because you're dealing with the elements. There's oftentimes there's no shade. Ideally, you do find somewhere to play that's in a shady area. A good repertoire of songs, depending on how long you're out there playing. If you're doing a couple hours, I would say between 30 and 40 songs is good. You're playing in a public space, so it's good to be aware of who's around you. It's good to be aware of the shopkeepers. You know, try to be very positive. Be cognizant of what you're wearing. Think about the image that you want to display. I mean, I've had this red and black costume for pretty much my whole career, because it's about intention. It's not just somebody who's just going out and practicing. I have full intention of entertaining people. I have intention. When people see me, they know that I'm serious about what I'm doing. And so if you take it seriously, there's a better chance that other people will take it seriously as well.
Band, the one-man band, just sort of worked out that way.
Promote myself with social media. I have an Instagram account, which I usually bring a sign with my social media on it, with Facebook, Dan the One Man Band. I also have a big sticker on my back that lets people know who I am, which is always very good. It's good to have your name somewhere in your space so that people can identify who you are. Bring business cards, because you always get people coming up and saying, oh, do you do parties or do you do corporate events? So it's a good idea to have cards to hand them out. Oh, thank you. I've been doing this for a long time, and the things that I find that make money are, I find cover songs. People like to hear cover songs. They like to hear stuff that they're familiar with. They like upbeat music versus sad music. One more thing about making money. If somebody drops a tip into your case, it's a really good idea to thank them even if you're into a song, because it reminds other people that are in the area. Oh yeah, because sometimes people don't even think about that. They're kind of immersed in the performance or whatever. So when you kind of cut into the song and say thank you, it gives them a trigger that, oh yeah, I should give money too because I'm enjoying this and so that's a really good thing to do as well. If you have merchandise, put them in your case with a little note of if it's by donation. CDs are hard to sell these days. I find by donation is a great idea because then you'll end up getting 10 or 20 bucks from people generally. But if they don't want to pay that much, it's kind of a hard thing these days. But yeah, definitely let people know who you are via your case. And also, I like to put some kind of a cloth down in my case, partly because when people throw change, it's less likely to bounce out. And also, if you're having a good busking day, you don't want your case to be overflowing with money. So the cloth or whatever is a great thing because then you can just kind of lift it up, tuck all those bills underneath, and also for windy days too, it's a good idea to have something because you don't want your 20s blowing away into the wind. It's also good to have a QR code. In this cashless society that we're moving towards, a lot of times people are like, "Oh, I'd love to give you money, but I don't have any change." And I'm happy to say, well, if you scan my QR code, you can easily give me a tip via stagehand. So that's another good thing to consider. Kids are great to engage with because they don't have any filters, and if they're naturally curious, so they're going to look at what you're doing. And if you can engage the kids, there's a better chance you can get the parents engaged. And oftentimes nobody wants to be the first one to stop, so they'll just keep going. But if you can get a couple people to stop, that encourages other people to stop. And if you can hold somebody's attention for even 30 seconds, you have a better chance of getting them to drop a bit of money in your case. Try to be engaging with people. Look around you and look at what's happening around you and engage with people, even if it's with eye contact or if it's with a smile. I find that really helps. Busking is really, if you're not having fun, you shouldn't be doing it. I've been at it for 30 years. I still love it. That little moment that I had with those ladies, playing You Are My Sunshine, that to me is golden. I just love that kind of stuff. I created a moment here where there wasn't anything, and to me, that's golden.
The cold never bothered me anyway. Oh, thanks a lot. I really appreciate that.